with the hands out, get them off us. I'm 24/7 in the office. Pay attention cause I ain't repeating offers. Yeah, never met a man I've been scared of. Careful, you gon' get exactly what you asked for. Careful, whatever you bring me getting handled. I answer to no one, I don't need to hassle. Yeah, we ain't never fall back. Hold our ground where we at. We ain't never fall back. Hold our ground where we at. Never fall back. We ain't never fall back. Hold our ground where we at. Yeah, it's no lies or facts. You can find me right where I'm at. We ain't never fall back. We ain't never fall back. Yeah, we ain't never fall back. And you can find me where I'm at. We ain't never fall back. We ain't never fall back. And you can find me where I'm at. We ain't never fall back.
I've been signing on the city lights. All this doubt around me, then but look, I got it right. Don't you try to hit me, now you live a petty life. All those nights I lay awake, I pray for better life. Now I wake up with a baddie like I said I might. This a better life, you never tried, I bet it right. This a better life, you never tried, I bet it right. You been stuck is where you at because you never tried. Want a better life, I had a try, I bet it right. Yeah, I just took a chance and yeah, let me write. Look, I just took a chance and yeah, I rolled the dice. Yeah, women, I'll be bad because the fuck was nice. But yeah, I must admit that this ain't overnight. I just hit the double with the jackpot. I'm in the snow, this in New England, but I'm dying high. Now I'm an addict for the music when I can't stop. Ain't gon' let me anywhere to ask me. Ask a favor with a shout out to gas me. Really, they ain't take a risk, but want the outcome. Then asking how come. I've been signing on the city lights. All this doubt around me, then but look, I got it right. Don't you try to hit me, now you live a petty life. All those nights I lay awake, I pray for better life. Now I wake up with a baddie like I said I might. This a better life, you never tried, I bet it right. This a better life, you never tried, I bet it right. You been stuck is where you at because you never tried. Want a better life, I had a time.
I'm all in this. I call the shots, I never call it quits. Trust my intuition, bet it's right and bitch it often is. Seen too many others come and go, they had the wrong intent. Do it out of love and never for it, then I watch it get bigger than expected. Don't second guess it, I let it set it. It's God's plan, we out here only accepting blessings. I'm stuck with it, this mindset is terminal. In and out different terminals, leveling up is personal. And I already made it, y'all can miss me. I smack my girl's ass, tell her pinch me. It's hard to believe I made something from nothing. No hindsight discussions, I've been writing, I love it.
City lights, all this doubt around me, then but look, I got it right. Don't you try to hit me, now you live a petty life. All those nights I lay awake, I pray for better life. Now I wake up with a baddie like I said I might. This a better life, you never tried, I bet it right. This a better life, you never tried, I bet it right. You been stuck is where you at because you never tried. Want a better life, I had a try, I bet it right.
2 covers through the middle. Adia for 3.
Kia ora e te iwi, nau mai hoki mai ki Rugby Park here in Whakatane for the 36th annual Whakatane Touch Tournament. My name is Tivoli Guthrie, thank you for joining our coverage of today's action. Streamed live from here in Whakatane. It's a beautiful day, the sun is out, there's a bit of cloud cover and a bit of welcome breeze as well for the players. And I'm joined in commentary by Mr. Rod Walker for this coverage of the open men's fixture between LAX and Pearl Jam. Rod, kia ora.
Kia ora. Yeah, should be a good one, a decent look at Pearl Jam. I haven't seen them yet today, but obviously we expect big things from Pearl Jam, and we expect them to be there or thereabouts come finals time. LAX, obviously, they were in last year, they're back again this year. Sort of a team from all around the motu. I think Tiv, we got a few boys from down south who are up, and obviously they're anchored in and around by the Pamatato whānau who were here. So it'll be interesting times, and just to see if they can hold Pearl Jam at bay.
Yeah, it'll be a really good test for this LAX outfit. As you mentioned, a lot of them from down in that sort of Otago, Dunedin region, but yeah, as you mentioned with the Pamatato boys, is they can claim to be from sort of, yeah, as you mentioned before, Rod ngā haue whā. So be a good test for LAX and Pearl Jam coming back after last year's loss in the grand final of the Whakatane tournament against Wairere. So they'll come back with a chip on their shoulder and a point to prove. So LAX will start off with the ball going from right to left in the blue strips on your screen, and Pearl Jam in their customary pink strips, rocking the polo look, the soccer style polos, going from left to right. And Rod, if you had to pick a winner out of these two, who would you be looking?
History would suggest that you'd go with Pearl Jam. Certainly, there's full of New Zealand players, and it's not that as we see LAX actually put some pressure on them. To say that LAX don't have some NZ talent, as we see Will Huggan just be able to Angus Fuchs with the ball, trying to push through, but the long limbs of Denian Putarangi just seals it down for Pearl Jam as we start to see them work their way through the field.
Yeah, well, early danger signs were there for Pearl Jam. The LAX link, I think that was the youngest of the Pamatato boys. Cameron, you got on the outside there, managed to poke a hole relatively easily as Pearl Jam get LAX on the back foot and managed to pull a repeat set. That was Winiana on the scoop. Looked to throw long going from right to left, but touch was made by an offside defender, so ball goes to ground, and now Pearl Jam looking to run a 32 long and step back off the left. That was Durban Burgess, and again back to one is the call. And Pearl Jam, this is where they earn their stripes, their game in and around the 7 metre line. They've got some dangerous customers, such as Louis Nickel coming into dummy half, number 6, running that sort of 21 peel play. Looks to go long over the top and doesn't quite reach Ephraim. So yeah, bit of an ordinary start there from Pearl Jam.
Yeah, it's I think it's just the variety for them. Obviously settling down, what they've had. They changed things up quite a bit in that attack. It's like we were in Hollywood, by the looks of it.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, definitely tried to milk that one, didn't he? Did Andrew Zidaya. The scoop comes on the last, and because they lost all of that momentum, LAX will finish their set just 10 metres inside enemy territory as Pearl Jam look to roll over halfway. It's a bit different seeing Lewis Nickel out on the wing, but there he is as the ball comes to Dan Nickel's brother through the middle. Rollinson steps off the right foot, and they'll just look to run. Hawken on the ball, looks to drive in. Ball goes to Rollinson, he steps off the right foot, gets on the outside, short ball. And it looked a little bit too easy there in the end for Hawkatane. Nate Rollinson set the try up. And it was a little bit too easy there for them, Rod.
Yeah, well, it's a typical sort of style of Pearl Jam. They'll shift the ball laterally quite a lot, just shaking and looking for a hole to open up someone and defensively to disconnect, and that's exactly what happened here. As we sort of just pushed back, just change the space, and then we just had a bit of a disconnect there, and they gave up on it, and it was a nice little touchdown by Hawkatane.
So 1-0 in the early exchanges of this one. As you hear the man call early, and that's the other thing with Pearl Jam, they're probably a little bit more unorthodox in terms of their approach to the game, and that's what makes them a little bit different, Rod. You could see on that play there, LAX ran a pretty typical 33 peel, and then Lance Davids, he covers so much space as a link defensively that he shot up and was able to snuff out the play and really put some pressure on the LAX outfit.
Yep. And I think, Lewis Nickel doesn't get as much credit as I think he deserves. He really does know how to break and analyse teams down, and he does. He spends a lot of work on it, and when you sit and just talk to him, he does have a different thought pattern on the game. So if you ever get a chance to catch up with him and just talk with him over how he sees each play, there's some smart stuff in and around this team.
Yeah, it definitely is a point of difference for this Pearl Jam outfit, and I suppose that's evidenced by he spearheaded Auckland to I think it was 6 titles in a row at Nationals at the open mixed level as LAX, again, probably for the second set in a row, just becoming a little bit unstuck towards the back end of their settle pattern. They just want to get a little bit more direction going into their transition from from yardage into attack as Pearl Jam looking to move the ball forward. It's Tamapeo with the ball, coming down the right-hand channel. As the ball comes back to Rollinson, he's set up there first. And Hawkatane was the try scorer of this trio. They were on the field as Rollinson comes on the sweep, goes bang off the left foot, gets in and underneath. And Nate Rollinson set the first one up. He scored the second. He started this game on fire, Rod.
Yeah, well, 4 minutes and 2 touchdowns. So, that hopefully Whakatane might be able to change up the defence lines a little bit for LAX on the far side. But Pearl Jam is sort of, they're getting through their processes now.
And coming off the tap, they do run that sort of wave defense, which LAX was able to pick apart on the first drive of the game, and not having as much success in the subsequent tap-offs that they've had. So Pearl Jam, Morgan Putarangi, very competent defender, and he's very dangerous. But Folks manages to slip through, finds the gap through both the middles, offloads the ball, and LAX get their first on the board. That was Taipohu Oliver Samuels going in, a player originally from the Waikato region. So as we mentioned, the players come from near and far, and they get their first on the board, LAX. 2-1 the score, and you could hear the call from Morgan Putarangi. He was confident being able to man that. But Angus Folks, the New Zealand representative, able to shift through the defense. And then Pearl Jam just come right back. That was Durban Burgess getting on the outside.
Yeah, it's always pretty important in these situations. When you do get a touchdown, you need to put the stopper on the other end, just to stop that scoreboard from swinging. Unfortunately, the defensive LAX there, they're just a little bit too loose. Winger got caught in 2 minds there. He wasn't quite sure where he should be.
And the reason it is so important to get that stop, that defensive stop straight after a try, is because it basically nullifies the try that you've just scored. And when LAX have worked as hard to get the try that they did manage to get, it does end up becoming a little bit null and void with the try that they've let in as they approach the 7-metre line. And the defense from Pearl Jam just getting Dan Nickel caught way across, and there's a lot of real estate out on the left-hand side, as we can see from this bird's eye view.
Yeah, I noticed that Pearl Jam starting to push up, and if they do go out of zone, they're fairly happy. As we see LAX go under. If they do push up and go out of zone, they're running a little unders with the 3s there. So that's their cover up for it. Sort of just depends whether the attack can sense that and see it happening.
Yeah, well, LAX, they'll have to be pretty clever in the box if they want to get around or go through this Pearl Jam defence. As Davids comes onto the ball, he had a really impressive Trans-Tasman series for the Open Men's for New Zealand back in April. A hard touch coming in, and they've earned the penalty. And Ezra Morgan Tafia hits the deck.
Not sure it was that hard. There are a lot of farms around here, and there's some milking going on this field as well. As we see Pearl Jam just attack, it's a pleasure to watch them.
As David's on the ball, captaining the Pearl Jam side for this weekend, and they've got plenty of leaders littered throughout the side. One being the man that just played the ball, Daniel Morgan Putirangi, again a long-time servant of the New Zealand jersey. As he looks to get a quickie on the link, gets the ball on the outside, looks to dive in and underneath. The ball went forward off the ruck, and Pearl Jam will have that one scrubbed off. The score remains 3-1, and the referee right on the money there.
Let's see how LAX can bring their ball through the field.
Yeah, Morgan Putirangi, you could hear him. Our on-field mics picking that one up. He was loud and clear. He said, no, I didn't make the touch. And the voluntary roll ball has been called, so now Pearl Jam will get another repeat set of 6 on the line. Lewis Nicol is shifted from the wing into the middle. So showcasing his versatility is Lewis Nicol, bouncing out Davids, who look to try and split the link in the middle. Nothing forthcoming. And they've just got so many organisers on attack, don't they? There's Winiana, there's Durban Burgess. Both of them, George, Dan on the field at the moment. As they come for a 32 peel. Fawkes is offside. Play through was the call. And penalty has been called. They were offside. I think it was Angus Fawkes from LAX. Made the touch, and then when they ran that second phase, he didn't get back on side. And so Pearl Jam will get another repeat set of 6 on the line. Winiana on the ball. And the sweep comes around. Durban Burgess looks to dive in and underneath. No touch is called. That's fantastic honesty there from Khan Martin. And Durban Burgess, that's Dan Durban Burgess. There's 3 of them in total for this Pearl Jam outfit. And Dan is the one that dives over there.
Yeah, just good organisation, especially on the first touch after the return there. You see him just trying to open up space a little bit.
That's too easy.
When he takes the ball and just just getting outside. Just I guess the lock there, not stepping up and helping his middle out.
Yeah, and again it was great honesty there from Khan Martin to say no, I didn't miss the touch. As LAX looking to spread the field a little bit, they go to the short side and he slices through. Beautiful play there. That was Connor Pamatito, and he's going to be a real leader for this LAX outfit. He's stepped up there when they've needed it, and he's pegged the deficit back to 2. Here's Connor Pamatito.
Yeah, it's good to see Connor back in and around again. Obviously residing in Papamoa now, and he's taken up the coaching reins. So it's it's good to see him here playing and giving back to the sport and coaching as well. It's he's a pleasant young man, and it's good to see him score on that one.
Yeah, and he was a long-time servant as well of the black jersey. Made his debut for the Men's Open in 2014. For making his last appearance back in 2018. We'll see if he can, 2019. We'll see if he can sway coach Rahul Das to get him back in the squad, and that's the way to do it, by scoring LAX's second and really showing some leadership qualities as LAX come through the middle of the field. A little bit of an angle plant there from Martin, and Fawkes is caught in possession. And great cry there from the Pearl Jam box. They've got a lot of confidence. As the touch is made. David's happy to slow it up. And now Pearl Jam will look to restart their momentum. They're really, really good through the middle third of the field, aren't they, Pearl Jam? They get a really good roll on, and especially coming into the back end of the set when you've got the selflessness of the Durban Burgess boys and then the scooping power of Winiana. Although he gets the open side quickie, great identification there from Angus Fawkes. Makes the shot. The ball went forward though. And LAX managed to defend that play, and after touch 1, they've gained about 20 metres. This is a little bit better from LAX. There's the ball, they cross over halfway. It is Cam Pamatito looking to set up a scoop on the last, long-range scoop. Ball goes over the top, and Louis Nicol, again showing his versatility. He's back out on the wing at the moment, and he's managed to earn another penalty as well.
Yeah, this is the smarts of it. He was telling us how versatile he was just before this game. Tiv, and it looks like he's showing it there. But he's put his hand up to play on the wing in this game, and good on him. He's certainly showing his wares as we see Pearl Jam just start to push down on attack again.
Yeah, and the Pearl Jam, just looking throughout their squad, they seem to have 2 specialist wingers. And on a long day, such as the Whakatane tournament, I'm not sure how long you can last having just 2 wingers. So a bit of selflessness coming into play there as well from Nickel, as Rollinson goes on the scoop, looks to get on the outside. He's really quick. Is Nate Rollinson. They run the screen out wide. Nickel sweeps around the back of the winger. And Dan Nickel that time gets the extra pass from Rollinson. He's super quick. He's got some great foot speed, there's Nate Rollinson. And he's set up yet another one there. Both the Nickel boys out wide running that little screen. And Dan Nickel crosses over.
Yeah, Pearl Jam taking the scoreboard to 5-2. Just applying a little bit more pressure to LAX, as we see LAX just trying to bring it down. Sweep coming around. He shows.
Easily defended in the end by Pearl Jam, but LAX still have a few touches up their sleeve, as it's the third of the Pamatato boys, chase number 14. But the ball comes to the left-hand side, a bit of a hard touch, and he's hit the deck as Jackson Hewen.
Yeah, I just noticed the confidence of Pearl Jam there. David's just pushing up really high, and willing to back himself in that space. Nickel just holding back on the wing a lot, and allowing quite a big range on that one there, but they got away with it.
Yeah, and again, you mentioned the milking. There must be a Hollywood director somewhere in the crowd, because there's a lot of acting going on the field. Davids took a tumble, hit the deck, and he managed to score a penalty, and he got up with a huge grin on his face as Pearl Jam crossover into enemy territory. The pace has slowed somewhat as we approach the middle of the day. Pretty hot afternoon here in Whakatane. And Pearl Jam holding a relatively comfortable 3-try lead as Durban Burgess goes on a 32 pick. Hewen shot up out of the line, got in the passing lane, but was adjudicated to not have played at the ball, according to the referee. And so LAX get a turnover. But then the ball just as quickly goes the opposite way, and off the mark is the call. Both teams will probably want to tidy up their orange zone attack.
Yeah, I can see the Pearl Jam coaches pacing the box. I think there's a few too many errors for their likings. We see them push down. Nice save by the wing there. Just come in and shut it down.
Yeah, great defense there from LAX. They had a training camp a couple of weeks ago down in Dunedin, and had a pretty big showing at the annual Otago Open Day. So massive shout out to the LAX boys, giving that bit of exposure to the boys from down south as Pearl Jam looks to run a bit of a double sweep. Ball goes out to the left-hand side. Again, that unorthodox play coming into effect for Pearl Jam, but nothing forthcoming. The ball went out to the left-hand side, and then compounded by a penalty for not giving the ball directly to the opposition, and that's great yardage getting out of trouble there from Martin. Pearl Jam really looking to stifle that second touch. The first touch they're happy to let the yards come, and then they really try and peg them back on that second one. But LAX moving into good real estate here. They're looking for the scoop, looking to go through the middle of the defence. Play on is the call, and the ball goes out. That's Tyron Norman that crosses over. Great identification there from the scooper. That was Dylan Martin. And they cross over to get another one for LAX, sorry. As you see on the One Foundation replay. They sort of just got caught rolling backwards, didn't they, Pearl Jam? And LAX took advantage. Yeah, just not quite in close enough there was Durban Burgess. Martin took advantage, and Norman goes over. A couple of sets of brothers actually in this LAX side, as well as the 3 Pamatato boys. You've got the Martin boys, as well as the Folks boys from down in Dunedin. Hamish not playing today, but well represented by his New Zealand representative brother in Angus. As Rollinson, he's looked dangerous in the first 16 minutes of this one, and he's threatening in at dummy half again, looking to use his speed once more. Lets the ball go before he gets touched, or sorry, after he gets touched. Touch and pass is the call.
Yeah, Jackson Huggin, just nice coverage there, and obviously he's got fast feet as well. And you need to be able to catch up with Nate Rollinson. So he did a really good job of just taking care of that one.
He probably didn't take too much notice of his fluttering feet, just threatening to step back and just stay true to his corner, and was able to defend the play. His man on is the call. Martin again goes out of dummy half. They get the tip on play. Has a copped deflection. Referee thinks so. And LAX have managed to peg back another one. Managed to catch a lucky ricochet. And now wide, Will Chalice goes over for LAX. And just like that, they've gone bang, bang in back-to-back sets. And now they're within striking distance.
Yeah, I think the key for LAX is they're down the right end of the park to be able to do things, and you know, it's what you need. It's pretty hard to score from the other end of the park. So it'll be interesting. All they need to do is, as we say, we just get this stopper in here so they don't nullify what they've done, and then turn around and get up the other end. So let's just see how active LAX can be in their defence.
Yeah, that's probably not the way they wanted to start, giving away a repeat set as Pearl Jam rolled into the line. Davids goes for an early dive over. And now the ball with Morgan Putirangi. Back to Davids. They throw the ball out, get their rip ball, and couldn't quite get the pass away, although it's been snapped in the air. That's Chalice. Pamatso looking to run a bit of a block support line. Chalice unable to go the whole way. Fantastic chase there from Jackson Ephraim's. But well read there from Will Chalice, and he gets LAX right up the other end of the field. That's the stopper call that they were looking for, Rod.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good, very good reading. And now then they're in the right part of the park. It's 5-4. So, you know, Pearl Jam needed to do a good job defensively here.
Try to look for the sinker ball. They get the tap on, and that would have been a try. That's a try gone bigging there for LAX. Chase Pamatso was able to get that bat on, but not quite pulling it in. That would have tied it up, as you see on the One Foundation replay. The sinker ball, then the bat on, and then the ball just slipped through the fingers. And they've been relieved here, LAX, as Pearl Jam come up with an error coming off their own line, and now they get another repeat set, and all of a sudden the momentum starts to swing the way of LAX.
Yeah, LAX starting to apply a bit more pressure now.
And again, just that defensive ploy by LAX by Pearl Jam, when they see that 33 peel coming, they do like to shoot that link up and forward. Heavy touch there from George Durban Burgess. And this pressure from Pearl Jam, although they've given away a penalty, not staying forward is the call from the referee.
Just the outside's just holding too long there. They've got to move up and advance with everyone else. Nice little short side. Ooh. Nice, as we see, that's what I was talking about with Pearl Jam. They've always got those unders coming in their defence, so they kind of wrap everything up on that. So they're not shy to push forward.
And when that does happen, the long ball has to travel a long way in order to get over and around that Pearl Jam defence. So probably, as you mentioned, Rod, happy to concede in one place, as long as they know they can recover in another area of the field. As the long ball not quite going to hand for LAX, and then Tamapio finding extra numbers down the right-hand side, close to the Pearl Jam box, followed by Durban Burgess. Nickel picks up at half, offloads to Rollinson, and they'll really start to roll in through the middle of the field as Hawken, beautiful drive going through the middle of the field. The one-handed scoop from Morgan Putirangi, all he has to do is find an extra number. Hawken was there trailing on the inside. Martin gets a hand to it, and he's come up with a couple of pretty important defensive plays there, his Khan Martin. But Pearl Jam get the extra repeat set of 6, and now Morgan Putirangi with Lewis Nickel coming in off the drive. And that's beautiful hands, catch and pass. It went from Nickel to Rollinson to Morgan Putirangi to Sean Corrigan out on the wing. And they cross over there to extend their lead by 2.
Yeah, well, I guess that's an example of what Pearl Jam can do when the heat comes on. You need to know if they can answer or not, and they certainly did that. Let's see if LAX can get down the other end and make up for the error that they made previously. They certainly can prove that they can attack. There's nothing wrong with their attack, so let's hope they can close the space down a little bit here.
And my apologies, it was George Durban Burgess that crossed over there for Pearl Jam, and then just getting a little bit confused with their play up on the 7-metre line. Probably not what they wanted in the shadows at the end of this game. We've just ticked under 3 minutes left. Pearl Jam holding a 2-try buffer. 6-4 is the current scoreline if you're just joining us. And ball goes to ground, ball goes the other way, so LAX still want to move pretty smartly here. They've got probably a few sets to try and salvage something from this game. They're 2 tries down at the moment.
Yeah, we're starting to see some uncharacteristic errors coming from Pearl Jam here, and it is pretty hot, and maybe that's starting to have an effect here. But you know, LAX pretty start moves. They've got the right men in the middle of the park there.
And Pamatsato looks to go off the left foot, but heavy contact there from Daniel Morgan Putirangi. And it looked a little bit heavy in the middle of the field, but LAX get the penalty. 2 minutes left now in this match as Chase Pamatsato looking to draw out the defenders. Morgan Putirangi gets called for a forced substitution, and so as a result they get numbers down the left-hand side. Was he onside, Tama Hawken? So just as we were looking at the screen off camera, Morgan Putirangi, for that heavy touch, he got called out by the referee, got called for a chili bin or a forced substitution, so he had to go off. Tama Hawken raced onto the field and just filled in wherever he could out on the wing. David shut in, and then Hawken was able to get onside and make the touch and save that one for Pearl Jam as the ball comes to Pamatsato. It's Connor that time. Touch was made, and another important one there from Tama Hawken. And then he'll push forward again on this one. There's Chase Pamatsato. Just a bit of cat and mouse here with the Pearl Jam defense. Connor Pamatsato goes long, and the back inside. Unfortunately, the pass drifted forward as adjudicated by the referee, and with just under a minute left, still the 2-try buffer, I think Pearl Jam can safely say they'll escape this one with a win.
Yep, they've worked well, Pearl Jam, as we see. The Urban Burgess just pushed through off the yardage, made the best of LAX not being back on side. It's a good understanding of the game and listening to the ref. Just extending it out, just another touchdown there.
Yeah, just caught them going on the back foot, didn't eat the Dan Durban Burgess. And that is the proverbial nail in the coffin, as we see on the One Foundation replay. Just caught Andrew Ziraya, not quite getting on side, and they're not getting enough help there from his supporting winger, Brody Bishop. So Dan Durban Burgess, good identification, and with a couple of seconds left in the match, Pearl Jam will escape with a 7-4 win. Once again, 25-minute games throughout the Whakatane tournament. And it was a touch-and-go thing there for a couple of minutes there, Rod. We had Pearl Jam shoot out to an early lead, thanks in no large part to Nate Rollinson. And then LAX managed to come back and get within one, but Pearl Jam showing their class towards the back end of the game, and they come away with a 7-4 scoreline. Yeah,
it certainly would have been interesting if LAX had made that touchdown, and we would have been even, and then, you know, puts a different complexion on the game. All of a sudden the pressure goes up. That's when we start to see the errors. So just a little bit unfortunate for LAX there. But as we should expect from Pearl Jam, they get through their processes, trust them, and they come out on the right end of the board.
Yeah. As we say a big thank you at the end of this match to our sponsors, One Foundation, Whakatane District Council, Whakatane Ohope Community Board, as well as Ake Chartered Accountants and Business Advisors, BTS, Better Together Sportswear, Iceman Whakatane, Underwood and Wilkins, and Whakatane High School. So thank you for joining us for our coverage of this open men's fixture between Pearl Jam and LAX. We'll be back after the break for another match between Legacy and Freezing Hot in the Women's Open. That should be an absolute humdinger of a match. Legacy from the Waikato region and Freezing Hot from South Auckland. So if you're catching us on the live stream, tune in once again after the break, or even better, if you're in and around the Whakatane area, come on down to Rugby Park and Rex Morpeth Park to catch our 36th annual Whakatane Touch Tournament. Kia ora.
Been too long, leaves are gone, heading for the coastline. Light is there when I'm there, soaking in the sunshine. We walk for miles covered in smiles just for a while. Taking the time, we press rewind out on the aisles. Eyes wide as the sea, feels like our city. We walk for miles, counting the smiles just for a while. Right out on the coastline.
Kia ora, if you can just introduce yourself and your role here at the tournament.
Kia ora, ko kiri mātana hau, no Gecko. I'm the referee coordinator and I have been for quite a few years since we've been running our modules here. But for this tournament, we just, for the Jan tournament, I just come down and referee and like all our other referees here, and it'd be good to get back and seeing teams and referees, especially with the break we've had with COVID the last 2 years. So really excited to be here.
Yeah, awesome, and the referees do such a fantastic job. Obviously, we couldn't have our tournaments without them.
Right.
The pathways that we can introduce for them. How do these opportunities become available for our young referees to progress up the pathways?
Yeah, we're always trying to get our young refs involved with running referee classes, and the pathway for them to attend, tournaments, and especially if they want to go for their levels, but they have to go to nationals, and so tournaments like this is great for all our young and up and coming refs, and if they follow the pathway, they can, travel nationally, internationally,
Awesome, and you've just come back from a pretty big tournament yourself.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that one.
In Papamoa today, we had the Barbars tournament, and that's been going, I think, we've been there 4 years, the last 4 years. They used to come here, but I don't think they're coming tomorrow. I was speaking to WAX, and the atmosphere is great, and a lot of top teams, top players, like Galaxy and Peter Walters and all them. But no, it's a fantastic tournament, and that's where I've just come back from.
Oh, it's awesome to have you here. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for everything you've done over a big number of years, especially for our referees. Thank you. We hope you enjoy the rest of the weekend. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Been too long, leaves are gone, heading for the coastline. Light is there when I'm there, soaking in the sunshine. We walk for miles, counting the smiles just for a while, right out on the coastline.